Got through the second scrimmage. Did some good things. Did some things very poorly on both sides. Not very. I thought the first scrimmage was better than this scrimmage. I thought we gave up on offense, no consistency. Had some not smart turnovers at times. On defense, gave up a bunch of big plays. Terrible on third down. At times, both sides just dominated the other side. Ones on ones, and even made the quarterbacks live. They were live. Let them run around. See if they can sack them. See if they can make plays. They get tired of hearing it's a sack. So, wasn't many of them on the ground, but they made some plays. Didn't make some plays. So, very poor scrimmage overall, in my opinion, both sides. Question?
Do you have an immediate explanation, or just maybe a bad day for everybody?
It better not be a bad day. That's a loss. You better learn to get that fixed. I don't think right now we're a very good team.
How much does that concern you, regressing from one scrimmage to another?
It does. Anything should get better, not worse. We need to take a look at why, or make some moves and make some adjustments and set some guys down and play some other guys. Because there's some guys did some good things, but not enough.
When was the last time you made a quarterbacks live in a practice or scrimmage?
Long time. Long time. It wasn't much for them as I want to see the O-line and the D-line find out if they could really sack them and find out if they could really protect them. Well, I don't worry about them. They stand there and get hit. They did. They were fine. It's as much for both of those guys. See if they could actually sack them and finish a play, and see if they could actually block them and protect them and let them know what it's going to be like in a game.
We know overall you're disappointed, but did a couple of guys stand out and did have good games?
Okay, now we'll look at the film and see. I don't know if anybody jumped out. I don't know if anybody really jumped out. I think I was disappointed on both sides of the ball. Had poor penalties, too. Had some not very smart penalties. Penalties that cost you a game. Have a drive stopped on defense to get a hold or a face mask. Make a big play on offense and jump off sides or get a little. Just silly things. We haven't been doing. But we got to fix them. We'll see.
Had penalties been pretty clean all spring?
Decent, not bad. Really had been very few. And we have officials at every practice. So there's a couple when you go a whole practice, but not close to what we had today.
How was Wilder with the live action?
Good. I felt solid. We'll look at the film and see. Again, it's hard to tell if he missed a cut or whatever, but played physical. You know what I mean? Did some nice things.
What's the best way to get cleaned up before Saturday?
Practice. We got 2 good practices. We got 2 practices left. I'm glad we got 2 instead of 1. So we got to clean that up and get better.
Does that change your approach with any of those practices going forward? Or?
Yeah, we got one, and one's got to be in shorts, and then the other's got to be probably a shells or we'll thud a little bit because we have to, mandatory. But we can still get a lot of work done. So make it better.
Coach, wide receivers, were they as inconsistent as everyone else? Or?
They were. Silly guys. Some of the younger guys did some nice things. Some of the guys that hadn't had as much playing time and stuff did some nice things. Some drop balls. When we did make some really nice throws, had some drop balls, and made some nice plays. A couple of them KB jumped out, and KB made some nice plays. Did some real nice things. Every guys did at times, but there's not enough. And again, I want to be careful till I watch the film and see exactly. Sometimes what you see from the side or something is not always what turns out to be. So you got to be careful on that. But I'm not singling them out that they did any worse than anything else. They were kind of like anybody else.
With Vince out the rest of spring, is anybody else going to get a look at Mike, or is that pretty much all Telvin right now?
It's Telvin, and then the backup behind that. You got your those 3, and then you got Nigel Terrell, and you got Terrence Smith, and then you got Jeff Luck. You know what I mean? So.
Are you pretty happy with this? Other than today, the starting 5 that you've been out there in the offensive line so far?
I don't say if I'm happy. We made a lot of progress. I think we're a lot better. We're not nowhere where we need to be or close to be and can be. I think we have a chance to be a very good group. I really do. And at the time, they do some real good things against our guys who are very good players. But we'll get better.
Are a couple of those spots still being challenged?
All of them are being challenged. Every spot on this team is open. From receiver to tight end to quarterback to O-line to nose tackle to middle linebacker to safety. We're going to find guys that play winning football. There's too many good players on this team too many talented players. Excuse me. Talent doesn't make you a good player. That's I misspoke.
How have Lonnie and Debrell been considering? I know it's a thin position, but
Smiley was out there today. Okay. Lonnie been playing really well. Lonnie did a couple of knucklehead things today, uncharacteristic of him too. So and he's usually Mr. Steady Eddie, the guy you can count on for everything. He's been, he's a phenomenal guy. But he had a couple of knucklehead plays today.
You said in the first scrimmage that your punting was average. Was that any better?
No, I thought it was real good today. I thought Casey and Beatty got a lot of the punts, and I thought Kick well and Dylan Kidd hit a couple nice ones. But our punting was, that was one of the things I was very happy with. Kickoffs weren't as good as I liked, but the punting was really good. I liked the punting. We made it live and sent some bullets at them and did some nice things. I hit the ball really nice, really, and got good hang time and length, and it was good. Yes, he did. Glad you reminded me of that. See?
One positive.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, we'll look. There'll be more than you think, and there'll be some things you didn't see, but just kind of sloppy to me today. I didn't like it either way on either side.
Do you have any other guys kind of try to step up and?
Yeah, they were. I mean, they were. He's on for Telvin and Amp. Some of those guys on defense. EJ tried on offense. Some of those guys. I mean, there were some guys that were trying to. Lonnie even does. I mean, but you just got to fight your way through those days. Sometimes I like to measure a team when you're not having a good day. How do you react to that? Because there may be a day you go out there and you play and it's not going right. Now, how do you react? Can you manage those tight situations and find a way to get yourself back in the groove and play winning football? You got to win games when you're not having your A game. We did some. At times we cut around and made some plays. I mean, but like I say, it was just back and forth. I mean, it was too drastic. Some of the dominance on both sides. I mean, like you line up on the goal line, run 2 plays on offense, score 2 plays. Then all of a sudden, the defense, you do something, and they get you 3 and out. You know what I mean? Then we'll drive 80 yards, or hit 2 big plays and score. You know what I mean? It was just too much drastic in both scenarios.
Good. Everybody good?
All right.